Alright, here we go. There's the UD. There's the Goblin box. This box comes in. Pretty decent looking package. Of course, you got your little deal there on the back, and you got some wording, little notes and stuff telling you different things. Right here's your certificate of authentication to make sure you're getting the actual one and not a clone. This is an actual one. This is the Goblin 2, by the way. And I'll show you how I know for sure. You can know for sure that it's a Goblin 2. Okay, you open her up, and of course you got your Goblin in here. Pull that out of there for right now. And over here it's got 46mm in height to tell you how high it is. Copper pin contact, 7mm and 3mm large air holes, and drip tip, huge cloud, glass tank, blah 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 blah, 304 food grade stainless steel, and leakage proof. Which they ain't kidding, it is leakage proof. I've already tried it for a couple of days. Now you got your regular stuff here on the back. Got your used logo on here. And inside here, you got the taller glass, which is what you get with the version 2. And that is 23mm tall. As to the difference of this one, let's go ahead and tear this apart. This one right here is only, I believe, 15mm. Yeah, 15mm tall. This one will hold up to 4.2 millimeters worth of fluid. This one only holds like 2.8, somewhere in there. Okay, you take the top off. Inside there you got a little red O-ring. You can see right there. Here, you can see right there the little red O-ring. They also send a set of black ones, which are right here, and with this. And then you've got, what else you got in here? You got the top hat, which goes with the large one. And you get a little screwdriver and little wicks, a couple of smaller O-rings for different areas on it. One being that little O-ring right there. Okay. Let's take this little hat off the top here. Show you what you got going on inside. Right, see right there your coils. I already did a coil build on it. That's a .46 dual coil. I believe I did that in 28 gauge. And it came out about 0.46 with the dual coil. Of course, you get 4 extra screws in the package with that. I've already taken them out, set them to the side. Let's see here. Unscrew this little bad boy right here. Show you a little bit more what's going on underneath it. I've already wicked this, and let me take this top piece off too so you can get a really good look. See, it has a little red O-ring seal in it too right there. Can't see it, it's right there. Set that right there. Okay. If you'll notice, you got channels right here, 2 on each side, and that's where your fluid's going to come through at, is right there in them channels. Right there in them channels. And after I wick this and I let it get wet real well, I went ahead and trimmed them up just a little bit. That way the bottom side of that channel is getting the fluid into it right there. And it seems to work better that way if you don't run it all the way to the bottom of that channel, and let that way some of the fluid is staying right in there. Because if you're running about 29.5 watts, 3.6 volts, I think that is, after about 30 hits, you'll start getting a dry hit if you run that wick all the way to the bottom. You got on each side, you got a 3mm venting hole right there, right there, and right there. And that is actually run all the way through. Let me pull off this beauty ring right here, or the ring for the venting. Okay, so you can see that. See, that's a 3mm right there hole, and that actually runs all the way through. Actually, this is a 4mm hole. I already measured it, and it comes out as 3mm here on the deck right there, to where you get all your. You get some massive airflow with this big bad boy, and you got two of them just like that. The only drawback with that is the only adjustment there is let me put, and this beauty ring can only go in one way. If you look right here on the inside, it has got a little machine lip. They really did a good job machining that lip right there. And if you don't have that on the correct direction, it will not go on over that O-ring. So anyway, let's throw that back on there. This here's your adjustment. Okay. Here's all the way open. You can slowly close it, make it smaller so your venting isn't quite as much. You can get it clear down to like 1mm and then almost nothing. But I like to go with it all the way open, both sides. That way you get as much airflow as possible. Okay, I'll tell you what. See, oh, you get an extra O-ring for right here too. Right here, your seal for the outer part of the tank, or the tank housing, I guess would be the best way to put it. Throw that back on there. One thing, other thing that I did notice while I was putting this together, if you got that wicking outside of the deals into the thread area, you might have a little bit of problem with it being able to spin on there easily. I did a little bit of trimming and had no problem after that getting it on. Screw that back down on here, and we're gonna go. I'm going with the big tank. I'm sorry, that little tank's just a little bit too small for me. So I'm gonna take the big hat, and I'm gonna put that big bad boy on there. Get it on there. Then I'm gonna put the Pyrex glass 23mm in height tank on there. Here, let's go this way with it. Then we'll put this big bad boy back on here, and here in just a little bit. Oh, I forgot to tell you, your hole for filling this sucker is right there. And here in a little bit, we'll unscrew that, put some fluid in it, and we'll take a little vape on it. I'll see you back up top. Okay, here we are again. That was the Goblin version 2. And I've got the big tank on there because I don't like to have to refill very often if I don't have to. I do drip quite a bit, but I refill that a lot too. Anyway, this is my drip, one of my drip tips. I pulled off something else. It does not come with a drip tip with it, but if you want one, you can order one for it, I'm sure, somewhere. It'll hold just about any drip tip. This one fits nice and snug. I got one off one of my RDAs, and I really like it on there. Just take a little vape on it and see what we think. Oh, by the way, I got this set at 29.5 on my IPv3. This is a 0.46 build, and it's coming out at 3.6 volts. This chuckle's pretty good smoke, or vape as you want to call with that trimmed up in the channels like that, at first third hit, man, I was just starting to really get some, a dry cotton taste, or dry wick taste, if you want to say it. But it ain't doing that anymore, now that I've reached this that halfway up that channel, or a quarter of the way up that channel. I'm getting nothing but mass flavor. 29.5. I've tried 30, 40, 35, 32 and a half, 28, 25, just about everything. But 29.5, oh man, the flavor is just right on there. And it's really, really good that way. I have found one drawback to this sucker though. Right now, in it, I've got, this is like a 70-30 blend, and it's an butterscotch, which is really good. I got from Mr. Puffs, this 120 milliliter bottle. And at the 70-30, it vapes really good because it goes through the channels real easy. Like a 50-50 would work real good. 65-35 works decent. I tried it. 80-20, you're starting to get a little bit too thick for it to go to really work through them channels, and that's when you start getting more dry hits. Just be sure, try something with 70-30. It'll move through it a lot better. And honestly, you'll get, and this is 2 milligrams. That's it on the nicotine. But I'll be sure and leave a deal on where you can pick one of these up. I paid $45 for this one, which is about one of the cheapest that I've found on eBay. And but it's an original. It's a Goblin V2. Got her sitting on top of my 150 watt regulated box mod from IPv3 that I got the IPv3 from Pioneer. One of these days I'm going to try out that IPv4. But it only goes to 100 watts. Of course, I really don't need to go any higher than 100 watts. Go any higher than 100 watts? Oh my goodness. I tried it the other day. 150 watts. Oh, that took my breath away. I thought I was going to die. I couldn't get my breath for 5 minutes. Don't ever try that. Next week, we're going to be trying out this rig right here. This is called Elixir of the Gods. Hey, cameraman, let's get a close-up on this. Make sure we got a good picture of this. Elixir of the Gods. This dude's out of Rogers, Arkansas. And this is made just for dripping. It's called the Dripper Special. This one right here is Raw's Blend. There's lemon and something else. I'll let you know all that. I'll get all that written down before we do this. And comes out in 3 milligram. At least that's what I got from him. And you can pick any of this up on thegodselixir.com. The Gods, ELIXIR.com. So anyway, we're going to be taking a look at this. I got about 6 bottles. We're going to try 3 of them, 3 different flavors, and just see what we think. This one right here is called Raw's Blessing, and there's like an Anubis and several other different ones. We're going to try them out. Anyway, that's what we got coming on the next program. Y'all have a good night. And remember what I always say, vape on!